Hi everybody, Dan Illman, Mike Beer. The Sunday feature race at beautiful Belmont Park is the $100,000 point of entry stakes going a mile and a half on the turf. It's a race and it's a card that you can bet with a DRF Bets account. Sign up and receive a 300% deposit match at bets.drf.com. Let's throw up the field for the point of entry. One circuit around the spacious Widener turf at Belmont, carded as race number 8. The 6 secret passages entered main track only. Let's hope this race stays on the turf. If it does, the 5, Hello Don Julio, likely to be the favorite come post time, Mike. And this horse has just a good amount of early speed and can carry it a distance of ground.
Yeah, I mean, all those things are true. And if this race stays on the turf, it looks like based on what he's going to be facing here, there's just no way they can keep him from controlling the pace in this race. He is the clear speed in this field, and he's actually come back as a 6-year-old, probably in the best form of his career. He's run 4 really good races so far this year, and he's just way the horse to beat here, Dan. I don't love the idea of taking Hello Don Julio at a really short price. I don't know if he's that reliable. But he is way the horse to beat in this race.
And he was just too good for those horses in the Laurel Turf Cup last time out. Yes, it was yielding ground, and the ground might be on the softer side one more time at Belmont on Sunday, but he was the favorite in that race. He took a little bit of pressure. He opened up at just the right time at the 3/16 pole, and he had more than enough to hold off the closers. Now, Timeform US, interestingly, does not have this horse on the lead, according to the pace projector, which is why we always tell everybody to handicap the pace projector. Just Howard is stretching out in distance, and he's been facing faster fractions in those middle distance races than what Don Julio has been setting in his longer distance races. That's why Just Howard is out there on the lead. But I'd be very surprised if Just Howard and Irad Ortiz actually takes this race to Hello Don Julio. I think he'll be sitting second off that horse.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. I think Hello Don Julio will go to the front in this race, and Just Howard will probably try and track him and then see if he can, run the best race of his life. He's not a bad horse. He's run some good races. If he can run the best race of his life, though, as he tries a mile and a half for the first time.
Distance is a big question, however, for this horse. In his most recent race on turf, while it was nice to show that he's back in form and that he could handle the yielding ground, he really didn't beat much in that race at Laurel on August the 9th. So a big test in class and a big test in distance. If you believe Hello Don Julio will falter, the likely alternative is the number 2, Patterson Cross for Bill Mott and Joel Rosario. This horse probably has not come back as good at the age of 5 as he was in 2017 when he reeled off 3 consecutive triple-digit Beyer speed figures and 3 consecutive graded stakes placings, but he still kicks hard late. I thought he ran okay last time out in the Northern Dancer, and I think he might finish this race a little bit stronger than Hello Don Julio. Question is soft ground. Question is, does he still have it anymore?
Yeah, I guess I don't disagree with too much of that. I mean, he is the right alternative if Don Julio just gets pounded at the windows. Not that Patterson Cross is going to be some kind of great price in here. I just feel like, after he missed all that time from early in 2017, I just don't think he's come back that well this year. I mean, he doesn't look like the same horse to me. He doesn't finish that strongly in his races. He's just sort of grinding at the end. And maybe that will work. If Hello Don Julio's coming back to him, I think he will be trying to catch. So we'll see what happens. It is class relief for him. He faced a good field last time. He faced a good field 2 starts back. So maybe this is just the right spot for Patterson Cross.
And a couple of those horses that he faced in the Northern Dancer, they will be competing on Saturday in the Patterson Canadian International. You can take a look and see how they did before making your final determination on Patterson Cross. Down on the rail is Postulation. Postulation will not have a problem with this distance, and I think he has enough tactical speed to grab a spot where he's not too far behind Hello Don Julio. Patterson Cross, conversely, is a 1-run closer, likely to come from the back of the pack. I thought it was nice to see Postulation compete so well last time out on a yielding turf course, because he's never been that kind of horse before. He seems to hate cutting the ground. He ran well last time out in the Laurel Turf Cup, but if you had to take one out of the Laurel Turf Cup, wouldn't you take the winner?
Yeah, you probably would. I mean, Postulation, he got a perfect trip in that race. He just sat right in behind Hello Don Julio on the lead the entire way, and he really didn't have that much of a finish. But I think you're right. I feel like the yielding ground doesn't help him that much. That's not a great thing for him because we haven't had firm turf in New York in about 3 months. So I don't know what kind of surface he's going to catch on Saturday, but I thought he ran fine last time. He does have a few races from last year, I think, that would make him really tough in this race. he hasn't been quite as good this year.
Limited positive formulator fact from Michael Matz, the trainer of Postulation. Over the past 5 years, second off the layoff turf routers in non-graded stakes, he has a $4 return on investment, and Postulation will be a price once again. Another horse that just hates the yielding ground is Tis a Runner, the number 4. And to be honest with you, I was surprised Michael Maker ran the horse last time out. Just look at his 2 races on less than firm going since Maker took him over. The Fine Stakes, he was beaten 19 lengths by Just Howard at 7-2, and last time out he was beaten 26 lengths by Hello Don Julio. If you actually throw out the Laurel Turf Cup and say, well, the Kentucky Downs, the Ellis Park race 2 starts back, he just didn't fire against a good horse like Arklow, you're left with a nice performance with Divisadero. But I have to be honest, that's a lot of excuses. At least he'll be a price.
Yeah, he will be a price. You know, he's run some really good turf races. He's just a little bit inconsistent, probably not a true stakes quality horse, but he is pretty good. He goes for a very good trainer. You know, we'll see what the ground does on Sunday. It's not going to be firm, so we'll see how soft it is for him. And you also have to worry about distance with him. I mean, a mile and a half, it's no gimme for this horse.
The number 3 is I'm the Captain Now, and the question I have for you is, was the most recent win and improvement simply a result of a horse getting better as he matures, or did he just get the right pace situation over a soft turf course that he likes?
Yeah, well, I think both things are probably true. I think he has gotten better this year. I also think that he got a perfect setup last time. That was a solid and contested pace for that distance. His other win, which came off the layup this year, was sort of a similar situation, a good pace for that distance, and he closed it down late. I guess the good thinking for him is he is improving, and he should have a decent pace in this race because, you know, Hello Don Julio is not one of those horses who goes to the lead and backs the fractions down. I mean, he's probably going to go a legitimate pace for the distance, and it'll give this horse a chance. I'm just not sure if he's good enough.
The 7-year-old gray Mr. Maybe isn't the same horse he was when he took the Grade 3 Red Smith for Chad Brown back in 2015, but it was nice to see that he could still reach the winner's circle, albeit in a 4-horse field for $50,000 last time out. And for a 4-horse field, they actually were going early.
Yeah, the race actually set up really well for him. It felt like almost an impossible spot for him, turning back all the way back to a mile. Like, there was just no way in a really short field, but the race set up well for him. He won. He has been running some pretty good races lately for his new trainer, but not the races that he was running in the past.
Let's take a look at our top selections for the Point of Entry Stakes, the feature at Belmont on Sunday. You're going with Hello Don Julio. He is the horse to catch. He is the horse to beat.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just chalk it out with him, Dan. Like I said, I don't love taking a really short price on him because I don't know how reliable he is, but to me, the only alternative is Patterson Cross. He's not going to be a great price, and I don't like his recent form all that much.
In Mott, I trust with Patterson Cross. I think he's going to kick hard in the stretch. I think the class relief is what he needs, but this might be the last chance for me with Patterson Cross. He's kind of running out of chances. I'd like to see him get back to the winner's circle. You and I have always been big fans of Patterson Cross. Mike likes Hello Don Julio. I'm going 2-5 in the Point of Entry Stakes, the feature at Belmont on Sunday. Bet the card with the DRF Bets account and the 300% deposit match that goes along with it. Learn more at bets.drf.com. An approximate post time for the 8th, 5:18 Eastern. Best of luck.